But it seems like to me that the whole Jerry Jones situation photo, and I know it was years and years ago and we all make mistakes, I get it. But it seemed like it's just been buried under like, oh, it happened, okay, we just move on. And I was just kind of disappointed that I haven't received that question from you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Mr. LeBron James. LeBron James. Now, I don't think I'll cover LeBron James on the show yet. So, just a couple of days ago, a picture surfaced of Jerry Jones about 65 years ago, when during that time, obviously, anyone who's living 65 years ago lived during a different time. Talk about history. They are history. You know what I'm saying? There was a picture that surfaced with a picture of a bunch of students, and during this time, it was a period of segregation and segregated schools, and you have a group of black people looking like they're trying to enter into an all-white school, and obviously during that time, there's a line of white people blocking the entrance, or at least it seemed like that in the picture. And just to the far off right, you can see a young man who is Jerry Jones. And if you don't know Jerry Jones, he's the owner of the Dallas Cowboys for many years. Many controversial situations that have happened. That's another discussion. I made a video about that a couple of days ago. But LeBron James, who is a basketball player, if I gotta explain that to you, he's a little disappointed on how come nobody asked him about that situation. And to me, when I first heard that, I was like, what is he talking about? Like, why does he want that kind of attention? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they don't ask you, just keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to interject yourself into every situation. That's what I thought at first. But I actually had to hear him speak it. And it's like, you know what? You're right. How come nobody has asked this young man about this Jerry Jones situation? So let's go ahead and take a look and see what he has to say.
After the Lakers defeated the Trailblazers on Wednesday, LeBron James concluded his press conference with a question for reporters. James wondered why he hadn't been asked about a photograph of Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. You can see it there on your screen. It shows Jones and a group of white boys blocking six black students attempting to enter North Little Rock High School, a desegregated school, when he had been asked about Kyrie Irving. The 1957 photo was a part of a Washington Post story titled "Jerry Jones Helped Transform the NFL, Except When It Comes to Race," and includes an examination of Jones's failure to hire black coaches. Here's LeBron James.
I was wondering why I haven't gotten a question from you guys about the Jerry Jones photo. But when the Kyrie thing was going on, you guys were quick to ask us questions about that.
Okay.
Hold on. And I don't even want you guys to say nothing. When I watched Kyrie talk and he says, I know who I am, but I want to keep the same energy when we're talking about my people and the things that we've been through. And that Jerry Jones photo is one of those moments that our people, black people, have been through in America. And I feel like as a black man, as a black athlete, as someone with power and a platform, when we do something wrong or something that people don't agree with, it's on every single tabloid, every single news coverage. It's on the bottom ticker. It's asked about every single day. But it seems like to me that the whole Jerry Jones situation photo, and I know it was years and years ago and we all make mistakes, I get it. But it seemed like it's just been buried under like, oh, it happened, okay, we just move on. And I was just kind of disappointed that I haven't received that question from you guys. Appreciate it.
That was LeBron last.
Damn. Now before they get into it, he is right. Now, some could argue like, let me go ahead and switch full screen here. some people could argue, hey, LeBron James is a basketball player and the whole Jerry Jones is, football. So it's kind of, it's still sports and athletics and, big names kind of discussion things. And it wouldn't be the first time a basketball player speaks upon, non-basketball situations. So some could argue that, but I think his bigger complaint was when other black athletes, or anyone black in general, honestly, like if you really want to be real about it, like if they have a big enough name and the crime is big enough, like Kyrie and the whole, anti-Semitic, movies he was watching or whatever, they're quick to ask LeBron James because LeBron James is a high profile name. And, he has a really good sense of, black culture, you know what I'm saying? But his question was, with the whole Jerry Jones scandal, or not even scandal, but, situation that has to do with black people, how come you guys haven't asked my opinion about Jerry Jones? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're quick to make all these videos about Kanye West, Kyrie, and who was it? Terrell Owens when he was playing. Like, all these black athletes, when they do something wrong, when they say something wrong, by mistake or on purpose, we are quick to question that, which in my opinion, it's okay to ask questions, to investigate, to figure out what's going on. I get that. But what he's trying to say is, but it seems like we're trying to not make a big deal about this whole Jerry Jones thing. You know what I'm saying? How many Fox News segments has it been regarding Jerry Jones? How many CNN? I think probably just one or two, to be honest. But it's not a big story. Everybody's not talking about it. But if, LeBron James was to say something anti-Semitic, or to take a picture with, a well-known, super extreme racist, black racist, it's going to be questioned. It's going to be questioned without a doubt. So that I kind of get you. We got to kind of keep that same energy when it comes to anything involving black people and white people in, situations like that. Let's take a listen.
Tonight, Richard, your reaction to this?
Well, I think it's tough because I think some people, when they watch that, they don't understand, you see clips of LeBron James press conferences, but a lot of times for a player of his stature and his platform, he's asked about everything all the time. Did you see this? Or what were your thoughts on this? And even during the shop episode on Thursday Night Football that he has on Amazon, they asked him why he wasn't a Cowboys fan anymore. And it was, he said that he didn't believe in Jerry Jones and the way he had handled some of the stuff during the Kaepernick and the kneeling time. And that was a big moment because that was a lot of news that all of a sudden LeBron James said this, and it was on an NFL broadcast for him to say these things. And then to have this Jerry Jones picture come up just a week or so, 2 weeks later, he's asked about everything. So a lot of times he's prepared to talk about these things. And then when he doesn't, he's probably surprised. And I think one thing that I always remember, when Kyrie was going through his situation and there were so many things and so many people we talked about in this show, a lot of things that I would hear is players were notably quiet. That's what we kept hearing. That's what I kept hearing. Players were notably quiet. And so while that might have been true, there also was a part where now players are listening and watching, and they're recognizing who is notably quiet. And that's the part that I think he has issue with. You can talk about players being notably quiet, but let's also talk about who's notably quiet during these moments.
Bars.
Yeah, and that's a great point because I want to add to that, right? So, the NFL is notably quiet right now, right? So you just think about the whole situation in general. You don't hear guys like Tom Brady. You don't hear Aaron Rodgers. Hell, you don't even hear Bill Belichick speaking on the situation. Why not? I understand where Braun is coming from, and I'm with him. He's right? Let's address it. Let's put it out there just like we would do any other athlete or the way that we did Kyrie Irving athlete. But if we go hold everybody accountable, let's hold everybody accountable because LeBron James is not just the only iconic figure out there in the world that has a powerful voice that people listen to, that people follow, that people look up to as a leader. So at the end of the day, I'm looking at the NFL and I'm looking at, again, Tom Brady, quiet, Aaron Rodgers, quiet, Bill Belichick, quiet. So it's a lot of accountability and a lot of finger pointing we could do all across the board, especially when it comes down to this situation.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Where's the lie? what he just said, what LeBron has said, what RJ has said, it's all true. And we have to figure these things out. And what LeBron is saying is like, you can't point the finger all the time when those three are pointing back at you. So sometimes we got to step up and ask those questions and hold everyone accountable, like Perk said. And now, what's next? That's for me. What happens now? What's next?
In these moments, it's a reminder, right, that our industry, the news industry, the television industry, it's predominantly white. And it's our job to check our biases, to examine our biases, and see how we can continue to be better in covering these stories. I would encourage everyone to check out the Washington Post's entire reporting, including the final essay by Jerry Brewer. It's incredibly poignant.
Bars. I get it. So yeah, just to wrap this up, when it comes to these kind of situations, and like she hit on, it is moments like this where you do need to check your biases. Now, I'm someone who doesn't have a problem with someone being biased in a situation. Everyone has biases. Almost impossible to find someone who doesn't have a biased opinion about something that's, well known and talked about. If you ask my opinion about, shark food, I don't know, like I never had it, so you can ask me because I have an unbiased opinion about that. But if you're asking something about race, religion, culture, things like that, everybody has an opinion. Everybody has their own formulated opinion. So when it comes to a situation like this, I think it's on the reporters to ask these questions in the proper context and setting. That's important. If LeBron James is known to talk about race issues, community issues, politics, religion, go ahead, ask him the questions. Every question. He seems like he wants these types of questions. But at the same time, go ask the white athletes like Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. I mean, he's not an athlete, but you see what I'm saying? Because their opinion on these subjects matter too. Not just black people, white people too. Everybody should have a formulated opinion because that speaks volumes about that character and about the state of America that we're in today. Because if all you're hearing is black people talk about these situations, it's going to seem like only black people are talking about this and only black people are trying to figure this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? So as reporters, I think this heavily falls on their responsibility, on their end, to ask these questions in the right setting at the right time with the right person. Don't ask everybody because not everybody wants to talk about those things, obviously. So that's pretty simple. So whatever you guys think, let me know down in the comments and let's have that conversation.